Good morning, loves. It's your girl, Rickney, again. Please remember to subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram, love_Jones_Rick, and that's spelled R-I-C, or continue to follow me and add me on Facebook. Now, today's hot topic is going to be how to dress for success. This is something that I'm equally passionate about. Because I realize in working in corporate America that things are getting to be more modern and laxed, but we still are pushing the card when it comes to what we wear and what we should not be wearing to work. So, of course, before we get started, let me just tell you why I feel like I have the credentials to even speak on such a topic. I've been self-employed as young as the tender age of 8 years old. Yes, 8 years old. I come from a long lineage of entrepreneurs in my community as well as in my family. By the time I was 14 and actually legally able to work under an employer in the state of Michigan, I actually remember or recall a manager telling me he had never ever spoken to a teenager that was as poised, articulate, and well-dressed. By the time he had hired me, he was shocked to find out that I was only 14 years old. I recall him saying, I've never seen a child come in here with a resume, let alone a full-on business suit. I was blessed to have my mother and my grandmother instill values in me as far as how to dress appropriately as a lady. And I want to share that information because, again, as I'm moving through corporate America and through life, I'm realizing that a lot of people weren't blessed to have someone instill certain values in them. So it's my obligation to share that. The more you know, of course, the better you can do. So let's start with the ladies. What's appropriate to wear to work? Now, if you work in corporate America, of course, you want to wear something that is going to exude confidence and professionalism. In order to dress for success, my mantra is always dress for the position that you want to have. And a business suit, let's just be real, isn't appropriate for every day unless you're higher up in the management. But business casual means nice slacks and a blouse. It means wearing shirts that don't reveal a lot of cleavage. Wearing clothing that fits you. And when I say clothing that fits you, we don't want to see the cellulite in your thighs. If you're wearing pants or a skirt that's that tight, it's too tight. Stop wearing that crap to work. We don't want to see it. Although some of the guys might appreciate seeing your bodice, we as women and us professional men in the workplace don't want to see that. And it's not appropriate. If you're going to wear skirts, they should relatively be knee length. But hey, I'm not going to sit here and say that I always wear skirts that are knee length. However, when I wear skirts that are not knee length, I wear pantyhose. Yes, pantyhose. Now, my friends back in my 20s used to joke around and call me grandma back in the day. But you know what? Grandma always had a job. Grandma was always able to secure any interview and was never declined a job once she did interview. So again, I have the credibility to say that I know what the hell I'm talking about. I hear it all the time. I build relationships in any workplace with the management and those that are in positions that I hope to aspire to whenever I do get into any type of business. So this is actually feedback that I've actually heard. Although they may not address it all the time, and my job is very, very laxed on addressing things like this, but the management talks about it. Those in corporate talk about it. You don't want to be that girl that they're talking about behind your back and smiling in your face, because you're never going to get anywhere. And if you are as ambitious as I am, as well as most of my colleagues, then you need to know some of the little things that you can do to enhance your marketability if you do want to move up. Now, again, I realize this is a modern world and a lot of things are seemingly acceptable. But bright green hair is not. They're not telling you that, but they're talking about you behind your back. So let me tell you, wild colors that are not natural, although they don't speak on them, it is frowned upon and they don't take you serious. Now, I realize some of us are more creative than others and more daring, and that's okay. But you need to dress appropriate for the job that you're in and for the position that you're hoping to get. When it comes to the fellas, let me get off the ladies for a second. Again, this is something that I've witnessed astonishingly at my own workplace. I realize that we have a lax dress code. We're allowed to, dress down on Fridays, jeans, tennis shoes. But I still should not see your behind. Quit sagging. You look ridiculous. And if you know the history of sagging, you wouldn't be sagging unless that's your lifestyle, if you get what I'm saying. I am in Atlanta. But, and that's not in any way any shade to those who have an alternative lifestyle. I'm just saying, none of us ladies want to see your behind, especially if you call yourself trying to holler. No grown man should have his pants below his waist where we can see his behind or his raggedy drawers. And yes, because a lot of you have some raggedy drawers, at least buy some new ones if you want to do that mess. But also, wear a button up. You don't have to be dressed in a suit. Again, a suit is more appropriate if you're upper management or if you're coming for an interview. But on a day-to-day basis, you should be wearing some nice slacks, khakis, slacks, black pants, nicely creased, and a button up. If you don't have a nice button up, get a nice polo. Just make sure that it's pressed. That's appropriate business casual wear, not what you've been wearing. Hoodies, skull caps, blue jeans hanging down below your waist where we can see your behind, not appropriate. So stop the madness. Now, again, I hope this information was helpful, gave you some key tips on how to improve your marketability if you're trying to move up in your current company, and let you know what people are saying when they view you, because a lot of times they are saying these things and not sharing it with you. So I wanted to share that with you today. Ladies, I love you. I love your bodies. I love everything about you. And no, I don't go that way. No offense to anybody that does. But I appreciate the beauty of women. We are one of God's greatest creations. And I've noticed in media lately that women who do stand for something like this tend to get a lot of shade thrown at them, such as most recently Ayesha Curry. She has received so much backlash for speaking up and saying that she prefers to hide her goodies for the one that's important, her husband. How dare anyone challenge a woman for being courageous enough to say that she thinks that it is more honorable to both herself, her family, and her husband to cover up the things that God intended for her to only share with her spouse. Now, rule of thumb, ladies, if you didn't know, if you're going to show your boobs, meaning if you're going to show your cleavage, don't show your legs. If you prefer to accentuate and show off your legs, don't show your cleavage. You should never be showing both at the same time. If you are, you're advertising your goodies. So again, if you're working in corporate or just working in a professional environment and you want to express, the position that you're working toward, make sure that it's the position that you really want to work toward. If you're showing off all of your goods, then you might as well be working at Magic City or Cheetah's or some other strip joint. But if you come dressed for success, you want them to remember you for your work ethic, your performance, and how well you dress as a woman. If you didn't know, women will get very emotional. We're known for that. And we're not taken seriously a lot of times in America, in corporate, in business, in a professional setting, because they think that we're too emotional. So don't take this the wrong way, because again, it wasn't meant to offend anybody, but I am just tired of seeing girls with club wear at my job and on the street sometimes. Your faces are enough. Your mind is enough. You are enough. And fellas, you too. Even though you guys aren't walking around showing your goods, showing your behind, or wearing skull caps to work while you're working, not when you're coming in, because it is getting cold, of course, but just acting like a thug or perpetuating that you have not let go of the street life when you walk in that door to go to work is a turnoff. And I'm just being real with you. For those women that you probably want to wife up. I'm not talking about the jump offs or the ones that you want, to be your weekend warriors. And you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the women you want to take home to mom, the women that'll have the mindset that'll be raising your children, because a bad body won't be raising your children. It's the mindset. And if their mindset is, I'm professional, I'm a queen, those are the women that are not going to take you seriously if your pants are down below your behind. So let's get it together, people. Let's dress for success. Let's go into 2016 with a bang. And more importantly, give more, take less, and be blessed. This is Rickney again. I'm signing off, loves. Again, follow me on IG. That's Instagram for those of you who don't know. And that's love_Jones_Rick. Or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Facebook. And don't forget, if you want any assistance, if you have any questions regarding any of my posts, specifically the most recent ones, don't hesitate to DM me. Yes, the DM is popping. Or you can inbox me on Facebook, or feel free to send me a message via YouTube. Leave me a comment. I do respond. I am not that big. I'm still humble and modest enough to say that no matter how busy I get, I will never be too busy to help anyone who's willing to work. So if you're ready to get to work, then let's get it. We will be having a special event this Sunday. If you're ready to start a legacy that you can pass down to your children or anyone else that you mentor in your life, and you just want to know some more to-dos and getting started on how to be a business professional, or how to be an entrepreneur, or just how to become more financially savvy, please, please, please hit me up. That's what I'm here for. This is my calling, and this is what I live for, to help others. I hope today's post was helpful. Be blessed and prosperous, loves. Signing out.